We know the fate of at least two sports that have been given the go-ahead to start their season. The Colorado High School Activities Association, or CHSAA, announced today that women's softball and men's tennis can begin August 10th.
Denver 7's Gary Brode talked to CHSAA's commissioner about the decision and what's next for other sports.
The players, their parents, and even CHSAA have been waiting for approval from the state to find out who gets to play and who's going to have to wait. Well, some student athletes are now getting the news that they were hoping for, while other sports and activities like football, cheerleading, and band remain in limbo. Men's tennis, women's softball are now getting the go-ahead, joining golf as the only three sports to get the green light. CHSAA's commissioner says golf was an easy decision because it met all state and federal COVID-19 guidelines, and golf courses have remained open for the majority of the pandemic. While tennis and softball certainly have less exposure than other sports, again, like football, wrestling, or basketball. That wasn't the end-all be-all, however, for the CHSAA, who pushed those two sports ahead for the state to approve.
Not even the lack of contact. I would say that those three sports can meet the current safety guidelines under the CDC, under the Colorado Department of Health, and they're aligned with the return to learn guidelines that have been outlined by the Colorado Department of Education.
Tuesday night, Denver 7 went 360 on whether sports should be allowed this year. After the story aired, while many are in favor, we heard from others, like George in Littleton, who wrote, "The safety rules to avoid the virus are constantly not followed. Just watch the participants closely for staying 6 feet apart. Not done. Why pretend they are? No sports are safe, and you will see all sports stopping in the next 2 months." While others, like fine arts teacher Steve Scher, are sick of waiting for CHSAA's clearance. Steve wrote, "I would love to see you legitimize other activities. What about theater? My school's schedule is waiting for CHSAA to determine what our schedule will look like. Seriously." CHSAA's commissioner says they have sent a plan to the state for the other 26 sports and activities. They're hoping to hear back by the end of the week. Reporting here in Aurora, Gary Brode, Denver 7.